Okay, America, here's what's going on. Eight Democrats joined all but one Republican senator to vote to partially fund the government, ending the shutdown, allowing it to reopen. This will take time. The Senate has to fully pass this resolution. The House has to then reconvene, which could take considerable time with air travel being an absolute disaster as it is right now. Then it has to go to the White House for Trump to sign, so it's not over right away. I've been thinking about it in this way. Imagine you're an air traffic controller. You've been working for weeks now without pay in one of the highest stress careers in the world, tens of thousands of lives in your hands daily. You've been doing that for free, unable to support your family, taxing your mind, taxing your body for free. Because of Democrats. Because Democrats would not fund the government without conditions. The pain that has been inflicted on your family, the chaos at your already fragile workplace that has ratcheted up tenfold, your spouse maybe had to get a second job, all of that, because Democrats decided to push the issue just for them 40 days, 40 nights later to relent without achieving the conditions that they were inflicting this pain on you to achieve. They didn't get it. So what was that for? It probably crosses your mind if you're an air traffic controller. On the flip, you're an air traffic controller. Your job is documented as one of the highest stress jobs in the world. It's documented that ATC workers face far more instances of health issues, mental and physical, because of their job, because of the stresses of their job. This resolution that they've passed only funds the government through January. It's just a partial funding, and it's through January. You and your family could be thrust right back into the center of our government dysfunction in less than 8 weeks, less than 2 months. That's how you get to spend your holidays worrying about what's coming in the dead of January around the turn, unsure which toys you can get your kid for Christmas because you might be without pay again in 2 months. All of that is on your mind. So you quit. You can't take the stress. You can't take being the rag doll that's thrown about in the dysfunction of the United States government. Who could blame you? But when you quit, you lose your health insurance. So you have to go pay for your own through the public marketplace. Because of Republicans, your premiums next year will fucking quintuple. Because Republicans are not interested in achieving affordable health care for people like you. If you're an air traffic controller or any other of the millions of Americans in similar situations, this country is fucking failing you miserably. Neither party in power has the fucking stones to push for actual, substantive, beneficial change. Even on their strongest week and God knows how long, Democrats couldn't hang. They folded on their strongest week in a very long time. Democrats once again messaged to Republicans, our tolerance for pain to achieve what we want is lower than yours. If you ramp up the pressure, we will fold. This is a lesson Republicans have taken to the deepest centers of their hearts, and they act like it. They know. Of course, they know Democrats are weak. Even their best fight is a losing one. On the flip, even with a fucking trifecta in the federal government, despite that, the Republican Party only knows to lead, to solve, if that's what you want to call it, to act, to advance their agenda through cruelty. That's all they fucking do. Governmental crossroads, let's cut off SNAP. That's how we'll turn up the heat. We'll starve families. Your move, Democrats. Governmental impasse will wreak havoc. Will wreck our national air travel system. We'll turn airports, which are already fucking nightmares, we'll turn tarmacs into living hell for travelers. We'll inflict pain. That's how we'll lead. We'll bulldoze our agenda through pain. Our two major political party platforms are inflict pain and refuse to stand up to that party inflicting the infinite pain. That's what we've got to deal with. Democrats, if you're going to enter into a hostage negotiation as the underdog, you can't give up like this. Hello? The country was overwhelmingly blaming Trump and Republicans for the shutdown. If the pain was going to get worse, all signs currently pointed to Trump taking the blame. He said as much into a mic out of his own mouth. He said as much. He said, "We are taking the blame. We're getting shafted for this." They were panicking. He wanted them to nuke the filibuster in the Senate. Democrats, you had a hand to play. Yes, it was full of risk, political risk for innocent Americans, absolutely. But you were fighting for them in another light. And you folded. We have to stop saving Republicans from themselves. They are serving shit cake out of the kitchen that they own. They control all of it right now. They're cooking up shit cake, plating it, and sending it out to Americans to eat. I understand Democrats feel a need, out of the goodness of their hearts, to stop those plates of shit from going out for Americans to eat, especially Americans who didn't vote to eat plates of shit. I get it. There will be no progress in this country where we can get to a point where we're not dealing with the constant threat of Republicans sending out plates of shit if we let them waste all of this time cooking it without facing any consequences. We will be embattled in a constant state of spending our time saving Republicans from themselves and Americans from their cruelty and their plates of shit if we don't let the consequences play out. If we keep blinking, if we lack the ability to call their bluff, this will never end. The silver lining here for Dems is that this is just going to translate into another problem that will be laid at the feet of Republicans. It is now squarely on Republicans to retain any semblance of affordable, quality healthcare in this country, and they have no plan. That healthcare, affordable healthcare, repealing, getting rid of Obamacare, and replacing it with something better, as they claim. This is what Trump had concepts of a plan for.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan.
They have no plan. They have no plan other than we must smash Obamacare. That's it. They don't have anything past that. Moving on. Last week, the GOP got whooped in the elections around the country. Here's a summary of their response since.
We only have one thing, beef, because the cattle ranches are doing well. We're going to bring the beef prices down, and they understand that, even if we have to help them out. But the beef also is not a big difference, but every price is down.
Every price is down. He will not stop saying it. Ignore your bank account, ignore your credit card statements, okay? Just listen to my very beautiful good words. All prices are down.
2026 is going to be a gangbuster year, and Americans will feel it in their pocketbooks, in their homes, and they will know that the economy is strong, that they are doing well.
Convinced? Are you convinced? Next year? This year might have been hard, but next year we're going to be gangbusters. So just hold on and wait. It's coming, America. They will know that the economy is strong. They will know they're doing well. You will know you're doing well. Okay.
And you know, one other thing, our country has to remain very liquid because problems, catastrophes, wars, could be anything. We have to remain liquid. We can't give everything away.
This was in response to a question about the administration vehemently fighting to not fund SNAP benefits. Our country has to remain very liquid. We have to remain very liquid because our tax revenues are going to take a hit. Since I'm not charging billionaires and corporations even the bare fucking minimum in taxes. And so because of that, because we're bringing in less tax revenue, you know, we have to remain liquid. Children must starve. Since I'm gutting the IRS to prevent it from being able to collect owed revenues from billionaires and corporations, and multimillionaires, the people who have arsenals of lawyers and accountants on speed dial to figure out how to cheat the tax code as best they can, you know, because I'm allowing that to happen, the children have to starve because we must remain liquid. I'm suing my Justice Department for $230 million because they were mean to me. And so children must starve because we must remain liquid. I'm sending $40 billion to Argentina. So American kids must starve because we must remain very liquid. We're droning boats out of the Caribbean without any proof that the return on those killings are worth the tens of millions of dollars they're costing, let alone the lives. But we have to remain liquid. So American kids will starve. We have to remain very liquid. The Secret Service and the Air Force, they have to be paid millions of dollars every week to lift my fat ass from golf course to country club to Mar-a-Lago for my big, beautiful Gilded Age parties where me and my billionaire best friends laugh and party the nights away. And so to pay for that, the children must starve because our country must remain liquid. A man ran to the Broadview ICE facility today searching for his wife of 5 years. They were following the legal process, showing up for her court case, when ICE took her to another room and disappeared her. He tracked her phone to Broadview where the signal cut off. Police told him to just look up her name online. He sat in the parking lot weeping, confused with no answers. ICE in Chicago pepper sprayed a family, drive-by style, with their toddler in the car.
This is what ICE does. This is what these terrorists do to babies.
Mama, you okay, Mama? You okay? You okay, Mama?
I actually don't know if it was ICE or DHS or Border Patrol, whatever. There's a lot of politics, like regular politics going on right now. This is so far beyond that. It has very easily emerged as what's making me the least proud to be an American. I've kind of been programmed to try and persuade people by relating issues to them, to how it affects them. So I often frame this as your tax dollars shouldn't be going to bad things like this. Fuck that. Whether this is happening for free or paid for with our money, it should fucking repulse you. It should bring you to tears. It should make you feel fucking rage. It should be at the top of your priority list to rid from our fucking country. If you're just a feeling human being, regardless of our money going to it, or if it's being done completely complimentary, a complimentary Nazi service. It's the most un-American, off the top of my head. It's one of the most un-American things I can remember seeing in my lifetime, besides maybe the insurrection itself. Both thanks to Donald Trump. This guy is fucked. I fucking hate him. I hate that he has brought this to my country, to my neighbors, my innocent neighbors who were being harassed and physically assaulted in my name, in the name of my country, and my neighbors who think that this is okay. The masked shit for brains who think driving by a car with an open window and indiscriminately shooting pepper spray inside is fucking okay on this planet. It will be a prerequisite for whoever I support in 2028 that they not just promise but insist that these monsters are held accountable and are made an example out of. That's what I want. I want them to understand the pain they have voluntarily inflicted. And I want future generations to know this will not be fucking tolerated. Donald Trump pardon watch. Who has the president pardoned this week? Troy Lake, whose diesel truck service company disabled onboard systems on hundreds of heavy-duty commercial trucks, allowing the trucks to evade emissions monitoring and discharge thousands of tons of excess pollutants and chemicals, especially those causing lung cancer, asthma, and heart disease. Oh, awesome. Boy, pardoned because he's a Republican who likes Trump. And now with a clean record and voting rights, he'll be able to vote Republican once again. Vote MAGA again. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Former Tennessee Speaker of the House, Glenn Casada, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I don't care, and his chief of staff, found guilty by a jury of their peers of Americans on corruption charges, money laundering, and wire fraud. Pardoned. Because he's a friendly Republican from the good old Trump-loving state of Tennessee. Of course. That's all you need. Commit crimes, that's all you need. And the big one, late Sunday night, the key figures of Trump's vast scheme to overturn the election, Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Sidney Powell, pardoned. These were not the riot organizers who organized storming the Capitol. These were the actual serious people doing the big brain work behind the scenes, the actual insidious planning of how Republicans could subvert the vote count in 2020 to overturn court rulings, throw out Democrat votes, and keep Trump in power through a legal coup. Traitors. Literal insurrectionists. Now pardoned, cleared of accountability, free to do it again by the guy they were doing it for. We re-elected the guy who attempted the coup. He pardoned his staff who orchestrated the coup. What's left? What part of the United States government remains legitimate? If that is possible. And lastly, speaking of Donald Trump's corruption, a Ronald Reagan-appointed federal judge gave up his lifetime appointment to the bench on Friday so that he could publicly speak out and beg the country to take his lead and stand up to Donald Trump. In 1985, President Ronald Reagan appointed me as a federal judge. I was 38 years old. At the time, I looked forward to serving for the rest of my life. However, I resigned Friday, relinquishing that lifetime appointment and giving up the opportunity for public service that I have loved. My reason is simple. I can no longer bear to be restrained by what judges can say publicly or do outside the courtroom. President Donald Trump is using the law for partisan purposes, targeting his adversaries while sparing his friends and donors from investigation, prosecution, and possible punishment. This is contrary to everything I have stood for in my more than 50 years on the bench. The White House's assault on the rule of law is so deeply disturbing to me that I feel compelled to speak out. Silence for me is now intolerable. What the fuck are we doing? I am so tired of It's time to pry the reins out of the hands of the dipshits. And please, can we hand them back to some serious fucking people? I am so tired of nothing really mattering anymore, and norms and traditions are not cool anymore. So who fucking cares? And corruption, it probably doesn't affect me, so I don't really care. And as long as I'm not being targeted, I don't really care. I'm just voting for the people who can max bench in the gym and can talk college football and can shoot the shit on a podcast for 3 hours. As long as you cleared those fucking 3 hurdles, check marks, you're good enough for me to run the most complex organization in the world. I am so fucking tired of my well-being, the well-being of people I care about, the well-being of people I don't even fucking know, the reputation of my country, all hinging on, frankly, fucking morons and people who vote for fucking morons because they're fucking morons. I'm so tired of it. And Democrats, liberals have been so told repeatedly, well, don't talk. We can't talk down to voters like this because we need to expand the tent and make them feel welcome to vote for us so we can obtain power. No. If people are acting like morons and they're doing so negatively affects me, I'm going to fucking call it out. I'm going to call them morons, and I'm going to tell them to cut that shit out. And if they won't listen, I'm going to turn up the heat. I'm not just going to say, well, I guess everyone's fucking stupid now, so we have to be nice to these people. We have to make friends with them, and we have to cater to their stupidity. No. It is time to listen to people like this again. Because this is a big fucking deal, but it won't make a single wave. Because everyone is listening to Theo Von and Joe Rogan instead. Be absolute fucking morons. It is time to please start paying attention and giving credence to serious, educated, smart, caring people again. No more of this, we're just living on vibes. Because it is ruining lives and ending lives. And I'm tired of it. Here we are, America.